This benchmark looks at using sources, information or collected data, making use of digital technology where appropriate. The question says, the heights of 70 S3 pupils are recorded. Here are the results given to the nearest centimetre. Use the results to examine the claims that the boys are taller than the girls in S3. You may use a bar chart to help you. For our bar chart, we're going to have an X and a Y axis. Our X axis being along the way and our Y axis being up and down the way. On our X axis, we are going to have the different heights measured from boys and girls in S3. For our Y-axis, we are going to have the different number of pupils. In this chart, we are going to have the colour blue representing the boys and the colour orange representing the girls. To put the information into our bar chart, we need to refer back to the table. If we look back at our table, we will see that there is 3 boys and 3 girls with a height of between 130 and 139 centimetres. To plot this point, we should go along the x-axis to 130 to 139 centimetres. For the boys, we need to draw a bar from 0 to 3 to represent that there were 3 boys with this height range. And for the girls, we also need to draw a bar from 0 to 3 to represent that there were 3 girls with this height range. Looking back at our table, we can see that there were 2 boys and 4 girls who had the height range of 140 to 149. To plot this on our table, we go along the x-axis to 140 to 149. For the boys, we draw a bar from 0 to 2 to represent that there were 2 boys with that height range. And for the girls, we draw a bar from 0 to 4 to represent that there were 4 girls with that height range. Looking back at our table again, we will see that there was 10 boys and 12 girls who had the height range of 150 to 159. Again, we go along the x-axis to 150 to 159 centimetres. For the boys, we draw a bar from 0 to 10 to represent that there were 10 boys with this height range. And for the girls, we draw a bar from 0 to 12, which represents that there were 12 girls with this height range. If we look back at our table, we will see that there was 14 boys and 11 girls with the height range of 160 to 169 centimetres. To plot this, again, we go along the x-axis to 160 to 169 centimetres. For the boys, we draw a bar from 0 to 14 to represent that there was 14 boys with this height range. For the girls, we go from 0 to 11 to represent that there was 11 girls with this height range. If we look back at our table for the final time, we will see that there were 6 boys and 5 girls with the height range of 170 to 179 centimetres. Again, we go along the x-axis to 170 and 179 centimetres. For the boys, we draw a bar from 0 to 6 to represent that there were 6 boys with this height range. And for the girls, we draw a bar from 0 to 5 to represent that there was 5 girls with this height range.